Your database is one of your key tools for growing your sales in your real estate career. Now, not all people on the database are the same. They've all got different needs and they're all at a different stage in the buying cycle of the property. So you need to treat them differently. One of the great failings in most databases is that people get treated like the same type of people even if they're different. So what we're trying to do here is go through and determine in your database what the segments are that you need to split the database into so that you can appropriately address with value each segment of the database itself. So in the notes you'll find that there's some splits. People like vendors, potential buyers, investors, and those that are just living in your farm area that are none of the above, people that haven't intended to buy in the near future or sell in the near future. You still need to keep in touch with these people, but the information that you need to give them is different. Another area that is in your database that needs to be treated differently is those people that are close enough to you that you would consider them to be your friends or your inner circle or your influencers. Now, you can't treat these people like anyone else as well. To get an email impersonally from a close friend doesn't really stand you in a good light. So therefore you need to treat them with the way that they deserve so that you can give them that personal interaction. So take some time now to read through those details and determine what the segments are that you're going to apply to your database. These are fairly standard and they should be in the ones in the template. There may be one or two more, but the danger that we often see with databases is people segment them into too many segments. Buyers are buyers. There's a little difference between hot buyers, cool buyers, cold buyers. That differential is taken up in your individual phone call conversations with them, not necessarily in the database communication. Bear in mind also that if you've got 10 or 12 or 15 different market segments in your database, that's a tremendous number to keep track of when you're trying to send emails and communication out to these people. Did I send it to this style of contact, that style of contact? Does it need to be slightly modified for this or that style of contact? So try and keep this as simple as possible so that when you send things out, they're going to the right kind of segment. Also go back to the basics that we've spoken about before. When there's a transmission of communication, there has to be value in it for the receiver, not the giver. This is value for the receiver. So for you to send out a blanket email, there's no value in that to the receiver if it's too broad because you're trying to cover too many bases at the same time. Read the material and you'll get an indication of how database segmentation works, and then decide on the segments that you're going to apply to your database, and then go through your database and categorize each contact in your database so far into one of those segments. We'll catch up with more information on this shortly.